Welcome back, rare coins collections, coin collectors and treasure hunters. If you've been collecting coins for a while, or if you're just starting to explore the world of numismatics, then you're in for a treat today. We're going to talk about a coin that you might have never thought twice about, but believe me, this little quarter from 1982 could be worth far more than its face value. We're diving into the details of the 1982 United States quarter dollar, and you'll be surprised by just how valuable this coin could be in today's market. Stick around, because you won't want to miss the stunning value reveal at the end of the video. The 1982 quarter is a part of the Washington series, featuring the classic design of George Washington's portrait on the obverse side. This design has been a hallmark of U.S. quarters since 1932 and remains one of the most iconic and enduring images in American coinage. The reverse side of the 1982 quarter features an eagle, with a stunning depiction of the bird in flight, symbolizing freedom and the strength of the United States. At first glance, it's just another quarter, right? But don't be fooled, this coin has a few secrets that make it a potential gold mine for collectors. To fully understand why the 1982 quarter is such a significant coin, we have to look at the larger historical context. The early 1980s were a time of change for the U.S. economy and currency production. In 1982, the U.S. Mint was still producing coins primarily from the traditional copper-nickel alloy. However, this period also marked the beginning of changes in coin composition. The government was experimenting with ways to reduce the cost of minting coins, which eventually led to the transition to a different alloy used in modern quarters. This shift in material composition, along with the widespread circulation of coins, means that some 1982 quarters are relatively common, while others are far rarer and much more valuable. What makes the 1982 quarter special, and what makes it stand out in the world of coin collectors, is its rarity and the potential for minting errors. Like many other years, the 1982 quarters were struck in large numbers. However, the number of coins that have survived in excellent condition, or with special characteristics, is much smaller. A coin that was part of everyday circulation for decades can easily become worn and damaged, so finding one in pristine condition is incredibly rare. That's what makes certain 1982 quarters so valuable. If you happen to have one that is in near-perfect condition or, even better, one with a minting error, you could be holding a coin worth much more than you think. Let's talk about some of the minting errors that can make the 1982 quarter especially valuable. The first and most common error that collectors look for is the double die error. This happens when the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly, causing the design to appear doubled. You can often spot a double die error by closely examining the date, lettering, or details on the quarter. The more pronounced the doubling, the more valuable the coin becomes. A double die error on a 1982 quarter can increase its value significantly, turning an ordinary quarter into a highly sought-after piece for collectors. Another type of error that can make a 1982 quarter valuable is an off-center strike. This occurs when the coin is misaligned during the minting process, causing the design to be off-center. If you find a 1982 quarter with a noticeable off-center strike, you could be in luck. Off-center strikes are particularly valuable because they are rare and unique. The more misaligned the coin is, the more valuable it becomes in the eyes of collectors. There are also other types of errors that can add value to the 1982 quarter, such as die cracks or planchet flaws. These types of errors may not be as common as double die or off-center strikes, but they are still highly prized by collectors who specialize in error coins. Even minor imperfections in the minting process can make a coin stand out, and when you find a 1982 quarter with one of these rare characteristics, it could be worth far more than its face value. Now, you might be wondering, how much could a 1982 quarter actually be worth? Most 1982 quarters are worth just 25 cents, but if you have one in excellent condition, or if it has a rare minting error, the value can increase dramatically. Some collectors have paid top dollar for coins with rare features, and the prices for these coins can climb into the thousands. In fact, a well-preserved 1982 quarter with a minting error could easily fetch a value of up to $45,000. Yes, you heard that right, $45,000 for a single 1982 quarter. It's hard to believe that something so small and seemingly ordinary could be worth such an extraordinary amount of money, but that's the world of coin collecting. Rarity, condition, and minting errors are key to determining a coin's value, and when you find a 1982 quarter with one of these rare characteristics, it could be a game changer for your collection. If you have a 1982 quarter in your collection or a jar of spare change, it might be worth taking a closer look. Examine it carefully for any signs of minting errors like double dies or off-center strikes. Also, check its condition. If it's uncirculated or in pristine shape, you could have a valuable find on your hands. Coins that are in excellent condition and free from wear and tear are always worth more than those that have been heavily circulated. Coin collecting is a thrilling hobby, and sometimes, the most unexpected finds can turn out to be incredibly valuable. The 1982 quarter is a perfect example of this, as something so ordinary can hide tremendous worth. Whether it's a minting error, a unique feature, or just a beautifully preserved coin, this quarter could be worth much more than you ever imagined. Thank you for joining us on this coin hunt. Today, we have a very special coin to talk about, one that might just be hiding in your collection or even in your spare change jar. We're diving into the fascinating world of the 2015 United States quarter dollar. This seemingly ordinary coin, produced by the U.S. Mint in 2015, could be worth far more than just a quarter, and you won't want to miss the exciting details we have for you today. Stick around, because at the end, we'll reveal just how much this 2015 quarter could be worth in the rarest conditions. Now, we all know the design of the U.S. quarter. George Washington's portrait graces the obverse, while the reverse side traditionally features an eagle in flight. However, the 2015 quarter isn't just another generic issue, it's part of a special series of quarters celebrating America's national parks. The reverse side of the 2015 quarter features a beautiful and detailed design commemorating the National Park of Saratoga, New York. This design highlights the historic site's role in the Revolutionary War, and the image of a Minuteman standing guard is a tribute to those who fought for America's freedom. At first glance, the 2015 quarter might seem like just another piece of pocket change, but let's dig a little deeper into the unique factors that make this coin worth far more than its face value. Over the years, some collectors have paid very high premiums for quarters, especially those with rare characteristics or minting errors. The key to understanding the value of the 2015 quarter lies in its condition, rarity, and any possible minting errors. Let's start with the general production of the 2015 quarter. Like many coins produced by the U.S. Mint, this quarter was minted in massive numbers to meet the demand for currency in circulation. However, just because a coin is produced in large quantities doesn't mean that all of them remain in great shape. Most 2015 quarters, after being used in circulation for years, end up with scratches, dings, and discoloration, which brings their value down to their face value of 25 cents. But, as with most coins, the true value lies in the condition. A coin in uncirculated or mint condition is far rarer and more valuable than one that's been used in day-to-day transactions. For collectors, finding a 2015 quarter that is in pristine, uncirculated condition can be like finding a hidden gem. These coins are far less common, as many are quickly spent or mishandled, which means those that remain in perfect condition are highly sought after. The value of such a quarter can rise substantially, especially if it has been well preserved in its original state, but the 2015 quarter can become even more valuable if it has a minting error. Minting errors are what make certain coins incredibly rare and desirable among collectors. Even the smallest mistake made during the minting process can turn an ordinary coin into a prized collectible. Some common minting errors that collectors look for on the 2015 quarter include double die errors, where the design appears twice, or off-center strikes, where the image is misaligned on the coin. These errors make the coin much more valuable, as they are one of a kind and cannot be replicated. Double die errors are especially rare and sought after. These occur when the die used to stamp the coin shifts slightly during the minting process, causing the design to appear doubled. If you find a 2015 quarter with a noticeable double die error, you could be sitting on a rare treasure. Off-center strikes, where the design is misaligned or missing parts of the image, are another minting error that can significantly increase the value of your quarter. A noticeable off-center strike can make the coin much more desirable among collectors, as they are distinctive and hard to come by. There are also other types of minting errors that can make a 2015 quarter particularly valuable, including die cracks or planchet flaws. These types of errors may not be as common as double die or off-center strikes, but they still make the coin stand out in a collection. If you're lucky enough to find a 2015 quarter with any of these rare features, you're looking at something that could be worth much more than just a few quarters. Now, let's get to the million-dollar question. How much could a 2015 quarter actually be worth? Well, in general, most 2015 quarters are still worth their face value of 25 cents. However, when you have a 2015 quarter in uncirculated condition or with a rare minting error, its value could soar to incredible heights. In fact, some collectors have been willing to pay as much as $48,000 for a 2015 quarter with a particularly rare error or in mint condition. Yes, you heard that right, $48,000 for a single 2015 quarter. That's an astronomical amount for a coin that's only worth 25 cents in its regular form, but when you factor in the rarity, the condition, and any minting errors, the value of a coin can increase exponentially. For coin collectors, finding a 2015 quarter with a minting error or in pristine condition can be the key to unlocking a small fortune. So, if you've been collecting coins or even just have a jar of loose change lying around, it's definitely worth taking a closer look at your 2015 quarters. Examine them carefully for any signs of rare errors, like double dies or off-center strikes. Check their condition. If you find one that's uncirculated or in pristine shape, you could be holding onto a coin worth thousands of dollars. Coin collecting is all about finding those hidden treasures, and the 2015 quarter could very well be one of those gems you never expected to find. Whether it's a minting error or just a beautifully preserved coin, this quarter could be worth far more than you ever imagined. Thank you for joining us on this exciting coin journey today. Today, we're taking a closer look at a coin that you might have overlooked in your collection or perhaps even found tucked away in your spare change, a 1989 United States quarter dollar. But don't let its seemingly ordinary appearance fool you. This coin has a fascinating backstory and could be worth far more than just a quarter. If you're a collector or just getting into the world of numismatics, this video will uncover the hidden value of the 1989 quarter. Stick with us, because by the end of this video, you'll be blown away by just how much this coin could be worth. Let's start by talking about the basics. The 1989 quarter is part of the iconic Washington series, a design that has been used on U.S. quarters since 1932. The obverse of the coin features the profile of George Washington, the first president of the United States. His image has graced American quarters for decades, making it one of the most recognizable and enduring designs in American coinage. The reverse side of the 1989 quarter showcases an eagle in flight, representing the power and freedom of the United States. But while the 1989 quarter may seem like a run-of-the-mill coin at first glance, there's more to it than meets the eye. The value of this coin can depend on several factors: condition, rarity, and minting errors. Just like with any other collectible coin, the state of preservation plays a huge role in determining its worth. Coins that have been kept in excellent condition, away from the wear and tear of circulation, are far more valuable than those that show signs of heavy use. Most quarters from 1989 were produced in large numbers and circulated widely, meaning that many of them have been worn down over the years. However, a 1989 quarter that has remained uncirculated, with minimal to no signs of handling, is a rare find. It's the coins in this pristine condition that are of the greatest interest to collectors. These quarters are highly sought after because they're in nearly the same condition as they were the day they were minted, and their value skyrockets as a result. But there's more: minting errors. For many collectors, errors are what make certain coins truly special. Minting mistakes can occur during the production process, creating coins with unique characteristics that set them apart from the standard issue. These errors can turn an otherwise common coin into something incredibly valuable. Some of the most sought-after errors include double die strikes, where the design is doubled on the coin, or off-center strikes, where the design is misaligned. For the 1989 quarter, these types of errors can make a huge difference in its value. A double die error, for example, occurs when the coin's die is misaligned during the minting process, causing the design to appear twice on the coin. These errors can be quite subtle, but if you look closely, you might spot them around the date or lettering. The more pronounced the doubling, the more valuable the coin can become. Similarly, off-center strikes, where the coin is not properly aligned during minting, create a unique and rare look that collectors find irresistible. Now, let's talk about rarity. While the 1989 quarter was minted in large numbers, only a small percentage of these coins were preserved in perfect condition or have minting errors that make them stand out. That's what makes this particular quarter so valuable in the eyes of collectors. Coins from the 1980s, like the 1989 quarter, are increasingly harder to find in pristine condition, making those that remain in excellent shape highly desirable. And even rarer still are the coins that exhibit minting errors, which can drive their value to incredible heights. So, how much could a 1989 quarter actually be worth? The value of this coin can vary greatly depending on its condition and any errors it may have. But if you're lucky enough to have a 1989 quarter that's in mint condition or features a rare minting error, the price tag could be quite impressive. In fact, a well-preserved 1989 quarter or one with a minting error could be worth as much as $53,000. Yes, you heard that right, $53,000 for a single 1989 quarter. It's hard to believe that a coin so small and seemingly ordinary could have such a significant value, but in the world of numismatics, rare and well-preserved coins can fetch astounding prices. The key is finding a quarter that has been carefully kept in excellent condition or one that features a unique minting error. So, what should you do if you have a 1989 quarter in your collection? Start by carefully inspecting it for any signs of minting errors. Look closely at the date and lettering for any doubling, or check for any off-center strikes or other unusual characteristics. If the coin looks to be in mint or uncirculated condition, it could be worth far more than you might think. Even if the coin doesn't appear to have any errors, it's still worth keeping an eye on its condition. A 1989 quarter in excellent condition is always more valuable than a worn or circulated one. If you're a collector, it's always a good idea to keep track of the coins you have, especially if they're from certain years or series that are known to have errors or unique characteristics. And if you're new to coin collecting, remember that some of the most valuable coins can come from the most unexpected places, like your pocket change. You never know what hidden treasures might be just a few quarters away. In conclusion, the 1989 US quarter dollar is far more than just a coin from the late 20th century. When it's in great condition or features a rare minting error, it can be worth thousands of dollars. Whether you have a quarter tucked away in your collection or you find one in your spare change, it's always worth taking a closer look at it. That simple 1989 quarter could be worth as much as $53,000. Thank you for joining us on this coin journey. Today, we're about to uncover the hidden treasure that could be waiting in your collection or even in your pocket change, a coin that might just surprise you with its value. We're talking about the 1987 United States quarter dollar. This seemingly humble quarter may appear like any other, but when you take a closer look, you'll realize that it's much more than just a 25-cent piece. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or a beginner, this video will open your eyes to the true worth of this 1987 quarter, so make sure you watch till the end. Now, the 1987 quarter is part of the Washington series, which has been in circulation since 1932. The design of the quarter is iconic, featuring the profile of George Washington, the first president of the United States, on the obverse. On the reverse, you'll see the standard eagle, representing the strength and freedom of America. It's a design that's familiar to many and has stood the test of time, remaining virtually unchanged for decades. But what makes the 1987 quarter so special in the world of coin collecting? While it might seem like a standard coin, there's more to this piece of currency than meets the eye. As with any collectible, condition is one of the most important factors that affect a coin's value. Most 1987 quarters were minted in large numbers and circulated widely, so finding one in pristine condition can be a real challenge. However, if you do happen to have one that's in mint or uncirculated condition, you're sitting on something much more valuable than just a quarter. Over the years, many 1987 quarters have been worn down by circulation. They may have scratches, discoloration, or other signs of use, which means they aren't worth much more than their face value of 25 cents. But if you happen to find a 1987 quarter that has remained in exceptional condition, perhaps one that has been stored properly or never spent, this coin could be worth a lot more. The key to understanding the value of the 1987 quarter is the rarity of high-quality examples. Because the majority of these coins were used in everyday transactions, only a small percentage of them have survived in mint or near-mint condition. This makes well-preserved 1987 quarters incredibly sought after by collectors. A coin that's been carefully stored or kept in pristine condition can fetch a higher price due to its rarity, but it doesn't stop there. There's another layer of rarity to consider: minting errors. For serious collectors, coins with minting errors can be worth far more than those that were produced correctly. Minting errors are mistakes that happen during the production process and can include things like double die errors, where the design appears twice on the coin, or off-center strikes, where the coin is misaligned. These types of errors can make a coin truly one of a kind, which is why they're so valuable. If you happen to have a 1987 quarter with a minting error, it could make your coin incredibly rare. Double die errors, for instance, occur when the coin's die is misaligned during the minting process, causing the design to appear twice, often in a slightly shifted pattern. The more obvious the error, the higher the value. Similarly, off-center strikes can create a coin that's visually distinctive, with parts of the design missing or misaligned. These errors make the coin stand out, and for collectors, that uniqueness can significantly increase its value. Die cracks and other subtle imperfections can also add value to a coin, though they're less common than more obvious errors. A die crack occurs when the die that stamps the coin starts to wear down, causing a crack to appear on the surface. If you notice any of these types of errors on your 1987 quarter, it's definitely worth getting it professionally appraised, as it could be worth much more than you ever imagined. Now, you might be wondering how much this 1987 quarter could be worth. Well, if you happen to have one in uncirculated condition or with a rare minting error, the value can soar far above its face value. In fact, some collectors are willing to pay as much as $58,000 for a 1987 quarter that's in top condition or has a unique minting error. That's right, $58,000 for a single 25-cent coin. The reason behind this incredible value is the rarity of these coins in excellent condition or with minting errors. As coin collectors know, the rarer and more unique the coin, the higher its price can go. A well-preserved 1987 quarter is not something you come across every day, and a minting error makes it even more valuable. Whether it's an off-center strike, double die error, or any other unique feature, these coins are in high demand, which drives up their price. So, what should you do if you have a 1987 quarter? First, take a good look at its condition. If the coin is in excellent shape, it's definitely worth holding onto or getting it graded by a professional. If you think it might have a minting error, examine it closely, paying special attention to the date and the design. Look for any signs of doubling, misalignment, or other distinctive features. If you find any, it could be worth more than you ever expected. In the world of coin collecting, you just never know what hidden treasures you might find in your collection or in your change jar. The 1987 quarter is a perfect example of how a seemingly ordinary coin can hold incredible value. Whether it's a rare error or simply in exceptional condition, this coin could be worth thousands, potentially even $58,000. Today, we're diving into a coin that might be hiding right under your nose, or perhaps even sitting in your change jar, waiting to be discovered. Yes, we're talking about the 2022 United States quarter dollar. This coin, which may seem like a simple, modern piece of currency, could actually be worth far more than its face value, and we're about to reveal why. Stick around until the end of the video, as you won't believe how much this particular quarter could be worth. First, let's take a look at the design of the 2022 quarter. As you may know, the US quarter has undergone several design changes over the years, and the 2022 edition is no exception. This quarter is part of the America the Beautiful series, which honors national parks and historical sites across the country. The 2022 quarter features a beautiful and intricate design, showcasing the depiction of the Tuskegee Airmen National Historic Site in Alabama. This design honors the bravery and contributions of the Tuskegee Airmen, the first African-American military aviators in the United States Armed Forces during World War II. The reverse side of the 2022 quarter also features the iconic eagle in flight, symbolizing strength and freedom. The obverse side, like every other quarter, features the profile of George Washington, the first President of the United States. But while the design itself is captivating, it's the condition and rarity of these coins that can really make them stand out in the world of collectors. Most quarters from 2022 are produced in relatively high numbers, but here's where it gets interesting: only a small fraction of these coins are kept in pristine, uncirculated condition. As with any collectible coin, condition is key. Coins that have been worn down by years of circulation can lose their value quickly. However, a quarter from 2022 that's been carefully preserved and kept in mint condition is considered rare and extremely valuable. This is the type of quarter that collectors are on the lookout for, and when you find one in excellent shape, you may be holding a small fortune in your hands. But let's talk about another factor that can skyrocket the value of a 2022 quarter: minting errors. Minting errors are mistakes that occurred during the production process, and they are one of the most exciting and valuable discoveries for coin collectors. These errors can include anything from misaligned designs to doubling of the images or even off-center strikes. A minting error makes a coin unique, and as any experienced collector will tell you, rarity equals value. So, what kinds of minting errors should you be looking for on your 2022 quarter? One of the most sought-after errors is a double die strike, where the design on the coin appears twice, often in a slightly shifted position. This error happens when the coin is struck more than once by the die, causing the design to overlap. If you're able to spot a double die error on your 2022 quarter, you're looking at a coin that could be worth a lot more than just 25 cents. Similarly, off-center strikes, where the design is misaligned on the coin, can also significantly increase its value. Other errors could include missing letters or numbers, or even unusual patterns in the design that occur during the minting process. Now, you may be asking, just how much can a 2022 quarter be worth? After all, it's a modern coin, and typically, newer coins don't fetch the kind of prices that older or rarer ones do. But here's the exciting part: if you happen to have a 2022 quarter that's in mint condition or features a rare minting error, the value could be much higher than you think. Collectors are willing to pay big money for these rare finds. In fact, a 2022 quarter in excellent condition, or one with a notable minting error, could be worth as much as $65,000. Yes, that's right, $65,000 for a single 2022 quarter. It's hard to believe, but in the world of coin collecting, even a relatively recent coin can fetch an astronomical price if it's in the right condition or has the right features. The key to finding valuable coins is to pay close attention to the details. The 2022 quarter, while part of a modern series, is a coin that has already captured the attention of serious collectors, especially those looking for minting errors or well-preserved examples. So, what should you do if you think you have a valuable 2022 quarter? Start by carefully inspecting the coin for any signs of wear and tear. If it's in excellent, uncirculated condition, it could already be worth more than face value. Next, look for any minting errors. Pay attention to the design for any unusual doubling or misalignment. Check the edges for any signs of off-center strikes or other distinct features that set it apart from other quarters. If you find something unusual, it's worth getting the coin appraised by a professional. In the world of coin collecting, it's not always the oldest coins that are the most valuable. Modern coins, like the 2022 quarter, can quickly become rare and highly sought after if they have unique characteristics or were produced in limited quantities. With the 2022 quarter, whether you find one in perfect condition or discover a rare minting error, you might just be sitting on a small treasure. Who would have thought that a coin that's only a few years old could be worth so much? So, keep an eye on your coin collection, especially if you have any 2022 quarters. You never know, you might have one worth up to $65,000. Thanks for watching this video, and if you enjoyed learning about the potential value of the 2022 quarter dollar, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on future discoveries. Happy collecting, and remember, treasure can sometimes be just a quarter away.